Right, we're back. Match week 10. Premier predictions. Let's get cracking. Last weekend, match week 9 was a bit chaotic. Arsenal beating Tottenham 3-1. Everton securing back-to-back wins. Newcastle smashing Fulham. There were some big results. Brighton obviously getting a big one, and West Ham getting back on track on things, and potentially securing Moyes' job. So crazy week, and also Leicester City battering Nottingham Forest 4-0 in the derby. I don't know what derby is, but in the derby, obviously another job potentially being rescued. But yeah, it was chaotic week. Can't believe we're getting in this one. Let's go. The first game of match week 10 is Bournemouth versus Leicester, and this is, they're all getting scrapped, this, isn't it? Who would have thought, eh? I mean, you would have thought, obviously, but Bournemouth, of course, you know, the Bournemouth have been in the Championship for the past couple of seasons. And obviously, Leicester has done absolutely terribly. Just back-to-back thrashings for them, really, but they've had a fantastic result against Forest. They went on, they beat them 4-0, and you'd think that they would probably kick on from that 4-0. Now they have the confidence. They'll probably. I think they'll win this match against Bournemouth. I hope to see them keep back-to-back clean sheets. I can't see them winning though. But as I say, I think Bournemouth have defended brilliantly. Ever since that 9-0, they've just had a bit of a confidence boost. They've had a confidence boost, and that point against Newcastle was good. Point against Brentford, Wolves. Three good results that, but the thing is, obviously they'll come back against Forest, but the thing is though, they need to start winning games, they're drawing, but they need to start winning games. But for me, I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester. Up next, we have Manchester City versus Southampton. Man City, they've been, if you looked at them in the derby against Man United, my God, they look absolutely ruthless. They look ruthless. Haaland, Phil Foden, they are just too good at the minute. Especially Haaland. He is just a different breed. He's not even human. He's practically an alien at this point, but he's absolutely brilliant. So it's not just him, it's City as well. They've done well against, I think it was Copenhagen in the Champions League. Obviously Southampton, they'll be playing. I'd be worried, they've been absolutely abysmal, I think, recently. So it could be. I feel sorry for Ralph, but it could be. It's going to be a battering. It's probably going to be 3 or 4-0. I think Southampton are going to go down this season. If Ralph Hasenhuttl gets sacked and they're bringing someone different, that's got a different style of player, then potentially they might stay up, but I think they'll get sacked. I think you'll get sacked, and I think Southampton will go down this season. But other than that, I'm going to go 4-0 City. Next up, we have Chelsea as a take on Wolves. This is it'll be an interesting game, this, because Chelsea have just came off back-to-back wins. Conor Gallagher scoring a little bit against his former club Crystal Palace. Obviously Chelsea dominating against Inter Milan, AC Milan, 3-0. Could be more. Reece James was absolutely phenomenal this game. Really shows his quality and what he can do for Chelsea, and hopefully he can do it for England as well in the upcoming World Cup. Wolves, on the other hand, have just sacked their manager. They originally just got beat 2-0 by West Ham, another team that have been really, really poor this season. But they were terrible towards the back end of last season. Wolves, I think was it 1 win in 15. Don't get me wrong, they could, I felt like they could set up quite well. And I think at one point they had the best was it defense in the league, but they couldn't score goals. And the thing is, they have such a good front three. I think they have a really good, not just front three. I think they have an overall good team. And honestly, I look at that team and I think maybe they should be getting top 6, because I think it is a top 6 team when I look at it. But obviously they don't have a manager at the time, so I'll just be the caretaker for this game. But I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea. Newcastle versus Brentford. And this is the second last game on Saturday, I believe. But Newcastle have just smashed Fulham in Brentford, have just drew against Bournemouth. So I think Newcastle probably will be wanting to get back-to-back wins for the first time this season. They've only won 2 games out of a possible, well, this will be number 10. So they'll be wanting that third win. They will really want it. I mean, I don't think it'll be as easy as Fulham. You know, you look at Fulham and Leno was brilliant that game despite conceding 4. But they were so dominant that game. You know, I thought they were quite clinical. I thought Willock was brilliant. Just the look at Almiron link up was fantastic. In Brentford, obviously having Ivan Toney, how good's he been? And not just him, Prem and Wemo, and obviously Ben Mee, obviously joining them as well. From Burnley, I think it's been quite good as well. But I think I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. 2-1 Newcastle. Brighton, I see take on Tottenham. Brighton have been on some form recently. Oh my, good God. They recently just got a fantastic point at Anfield. I think they were beating Liverpool in the first 20 minutes 2-0. And obviously the bottled a 2-goal lead and Webster unfortunately scoring an own goal. But they came back and Trossard scored a great equaliser. I mean, there's 3-3, get his hat-trick at Anfield as well. It's the last game on a Saturday. It's the 5:30 kick-off. It's Brighton versus Tottenham. And judging how the season's gone about, when match week 10, Brighton have been fantastic. As we know, they've battered Leicester and they beat Man United. And they've also got a very good point against Anfield. And obviously Trossard scored a hat-trick at Anfield as well. I don't know many players that can do that, but they look a very exciting side. This Brighton, I think they've been on good form recently. Tottenham, on the other hand, suffered a very mediocre result, probably even worse than that, a very average result. They were absolutely just terrible. 3-1 against Arsenal. They never really set out to attack. They scored a goal through Harry Kane penalty. But other than that, I thought also were absolutely miles better. And that's why I think I said this on one of the my reaction videos. I done a reaction to this to the North London derby, and I was like, that's why they can contend over the title, because they're doing it against Tottenham, who I think are a world class team, but they're against Liverpool, which we'll get into next. But for me, I'm going to go 2-2 actually. I'm going to go 2-2. West Ham as they take on Fulham. Well, David Moyes will be wanting to get back-to-back wins for the first time this season. They have been mediocre this season, really mediocre. These past couple of seasons, they've been absolutely brilliant. Finishing 5th and finishing 7th. So, the past 2 seasons they've had European football, which is obviously, look at West Ham a couple of seasons ago. I mean, they were going to get relegated a couple of seasons back, and before that they were a mid-table team under I forgot his name, but Emmanuel Pellegrini. But he'd be wanting to get back our wins, and I think they're capable of it. They had a very good result against Wolves. Fulham, on the other hand, suffered a very big defeat against Newcastle. 4-1. It probably could have been even more if Leno wasn't in goal. He had a great game, Leno. I think he saved 10-11 shots on target. So he had a great game, but they'll be wanting a response to this game for him. And I'm gonna go 1-1. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Now this is the big in this one. This is big. This game, really. This will be a big test, this, for Arsenal. Because this is, we say it's one of the big dogs. Liverpool have been absolutely, abysmal. They've been abysmal. That might be harsh, but they're at 10-11 points away from the title. in Liverpool the past couple of seasons have really challenged them, I thought. And you look at that Everton game where they drew 0-0. Look at that Palace game. They've been, even look at the Fulham game, they've been really mediocre and they're just dropping points. Well, all the time this season. I felt Palace should have beat them when they went down to 10 men. Because Don Nunes got this. I felt Palace should have beat them. So the look rocky Liverpool this season. Arsenal have been absolutely superb this season. I think one rocky performance against Man United can be 3-1 there. That is a bad result, but they did play better and they did control the game. But yet again, they got beat and they are getting beat by simple goals. But it doesn't mean that that they'll lose. I think Arsenal will beat Liverpool 2-1. Crystal Palace as they take on Leeds United. I think this game will be. I think this game will be quite competitive. Really, I felt Crystal Palace had, well, from the clips I've seen, I didn't watch all of it. I'm just going off clips here, but I thought they actually had a good go at Chelsea. I think that Thiago Silva challenge, when you look at it, I thought he should have been sent off, and I think that would have opened the game a lot more. And Chelsea might not even won that game, but Crystal Palace could have won, or they could have at least got a point. So I felt they gave that a good go. I think it was quite unfortunate that Ecuador got this goal in the last minute, and not because he was on Crystal Palace last season on loan, but because of the circumstances of the game. Leeds have this game off a terrible. Well, do I say terrible? I mean, it's a clean sheet, but it's a point. But at the end of the day, it's not really what you go to watch football, is it? I mean, you go to watch football for goals, not stinky 0-0s. And this was a stinky 0-0. They drew 0-0 with Villa. It was arguably one of the worst games of the season. It was just nothing to it, really. A couple of big chances. Ollie Watkins had absolutely loads for Villa, and Messier was brilliant. That game. But I think they'll be wanting a better result. And I'm going to say 2-1 Leeds. Yeah, I was going to say 2-1 Palace there, but no, 2-1 Leeds. And their second last game of my Big Ten, Everton versus Man United. Now Everton are on a good bit of form at the minute. I think Everton look defensively solid. I think Connor Cody's, ever since he joined there, has been good. I think he's stuck in quite well. And I think, in general, I think that Tarkowski in that Connor Cody partnership is actually looking up to be actually quite well. And as I said before, quite solid. Back-to-back wins. As I said before, they're on good form. Lampard's got playing some good stuff. Iwobi looks, how good's he been under Lampard? Man United, on the other hand, have just suffered an embarrassing loss to their rivals. 6-3. Hat-trick from Foden and Haaland, what I said earlier on. Oh my god. So, they'll be wanting to go, well, and they just had the one, but they had quite a mediocre performance at the Cyprus side. I don't even know the name. They're that bad, but they'll be wanting to go in this game getting a win. And they probably will win. But yet again, they've had form. But no, I'm gonna go for 2-1 win Man United. 2-1 win Man United. And last but not least, Nottingham Forest as they take on Villa. Nottingham Forest. Where do I start? A team who have been battered a good chunk of the season. Leicester City managed to get beat 4-0 by them. 4-0, and they were 3-0 down. What was it, like the first 20-30 minutes? It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible by Nottingham Forest. Awani hit the post, that's it. They showed nothing else. They showed no quality. I think Lingard's underperforming massively. Not just Lingard, I think a good chunk of that team's underperforming. I think Dean Henderson started off so well, and look what's happened. It's just decreased. Lack of confidence, I think. But Villa, on the other hand, just got, quite... They had so many chances, and they probably should have beat Leeds and took me to. They probably should have beat them 2 or 3-0 with the chance of Ollie Watkins side. He probably could have scored a hat-trick, but as I said before earlier on, Messi had a brilliant game. But I think doing Nottingham Forest having won in the last 4 or 5, but I think Forest win this game. I think they will. I'm going to go 2-1 Forest. And that is it for Premier League predictions for match week 10. Let's hope let us hope that it is a good match week, game week, whatever you want to call it. Because I felt last week I thought it was quite enjoyable. I thought there were some very enjoyable games out there. I thought the Newcastle versus Fulham game was very entertaining, and not just because I'm a Newcastle fan, and not because I'm biased. I felt it was just very end to end. And I thought the City game was absolutely brilliant as well. Seeing just Holland just mess up Man United's defence, and Phil Foden and Haaland scoring hat-tricks at such early age as well. It's just brilliant. But there was other games as well which were brilliant, which I can't think of now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you later.